Hey, Forever Runners, how you doing? Are you frustrated because you're trying to do Maffetone style training, but you just can't get over having to do all this walking to get started? Or you'd like to do Maffetone training, but you can't get yourself to run at 115 to 120 beats per minute? It's really tough if you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s to approach this low heart rate training by the book. But I've got a way to get you there much faster. I call it reverse math. So stay tuned and I'll explain to you what I'm talking about. Hi, I'm Herb the Forever Runner. I'm a heart attack survivor, ultra runner, and online running coach. And I work exclusively with runners in their 50s, 60s, and 70s to help them effortlessly run 1 minute per mile faster without injury or pain using my Forever Runner method. So one of the approaches I take with my clients is just to find out where they're at by using the standard Maffetone method formula. So basically, if you take your age and you take 180 minus your age, and that comes up with a recommended heart rate to use for your training. So if you're 60 years old, you subtract 60 from 180, and that leaves 120 beats per minute is your recommended training heart rate. So the first thing I do with my clients is say, well, okay, let's give this a go. Find a flat area where you can run 2 or 3 miles and see if you can maintain that heart rate on level ground running the whole time without having to stop, and because your heart rate goes above 120. And for most runners in their 50s, 60s, or 70s, if you use that formula, you're not going to be able to run very far without spiking that heart rate. So what I found that works really well is a method that I developed called reverse math. And it's a little bit different approach. Instead of having your heart rate as a variable and you're trying to increase your pace at that heart rate, I switch it around and we use your pace as a variable, and what we're trying to do is lower your heart rate at that pace. So here's how it works. So basically, again, staying on level ground the whole time. I have you go out and run at what I call your minimum viable pace. Now, that's as slow as you can comfortably run and still be moving. And we'll do a test where you do that for 2 or 3 miles, let's say, and then we check your heart rate afterwards to see what is your heart rate at that minimum viable pace. Then we'll come up from that experience. We'll come up with a training heart rate, and it could be 140, it could be 135, but that's where we start. And then I'll put together a training schedule for you. And what we'll do is work on your running efficiency so that we can get you more efficient at running slower, which will lower your heart rate. And we do this with, I'll do a video analysis, take a look at your gait, and just work with you on how your running's progressing as you go through this. And what I've found is that following this method, what will happen is at that given heart rate, at that given pace, you'll start to see your heart rate drop. And after some period of time, it varies with everyone, you'll actually get down close to that Maffetone formula heart rate. And then we can kind of switch over to more of the standard Maffetone heart rate training protocol. So if you're tired of having to run walk all the time, and you're serious about developing your aerobic capacity, but want to get it done faster, go down in the description and click the link to schedule a call with me, and let's chat, because I can help you out. And the other thing is, if you haven't tried Maffetone training and you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, don't just read the book and go out and try it, because you might get frustrated and quit. Go ahead, go down the description, click the link, let's chat a little bit, and let me tell you a better approach for us older runners on how we can do the Maffetone approach, build our aerobic capacity, and be able to effortlessly run faster even as we age without injury and pain. So that's the deal today. See you in the next video.